Hello, my Stampin' friends. Hope you're all doing well tonight. Candice Anderson coming to you from Hiram, Utah. Sorry, just noticed my necklace is crooked and it's bugging me. Um, Welcome and thank you for joining me. If you're joining me live, please give me a shout out, say hello. If you're on the replay, yes, do the same. Give me a shout out and let me know where you're coming from or watching from, visiting from, however you want to say that. Um, Hang on one second. If you know me, yep, just double checking, making sure it's actually working. Today I have a really fun project to share with you. I've been participating in a card a day in May created by my friend Kevin Thiessen. And today's challenge is cards for kids. I was going to originally do my silly old bear set and decided I wanted to do something a little bit different instead. So we are going to be using the Moon and Back set, which is this really cute uh, I don't know, space one. My grandson loves uh, anything to do with rocket ships and stuff, so I had to get this set. And I was thinking about him when I made this card because I made a birthday card for my little granddaughter, and it was a fun fold card. And my daughter-in-law had said how much she loved opening and closing that card. So I was like, if we're going to make one for kids, let's do something a little bit fun. So I resurrected something I have not done, I don't know, in a very, very long time, which is an easy spinner card. So we're going to switch cameras and get started. I'm going to show you the card first so that you can see what we're doing, and then I'll show you how easy it is to make. So if this is working the way it's supposed to, it spins as the little guy. So my thought process was love you to the moon and back, and our little astronaut can spin down to our moon and back. Anyway, that was my thought process. So let me show you the materials we're using. We are going to be using the lunar luster, I believe, specialty paper. This is one of the online exclusives that was designed for this set. I showed this one already, but the Moon and Back stamp set. And then I'm going to pull in the Lights of Aurora designer series paper. This is the coolest designer series paper. If you haven't got it yet, grab it. It is on the last chance list, but it has just got so many cool papers that you can do fun things with. And yeah, I just thought it worked really well with this stamp set and design, and then the stylish shapes. And I am using my 2 3/8 punch. I believe I did cut out this because I wanted to punch this. I think there's a 1 7/8, but I don't have that size. And so I ended up fussy cutting this. So I'm going to start with a little bit of stamping here, and we're going to stamp our papers, and then I'm going to show you how to cut this. It's super easy. So again, my 2 3/8 that I've punched out. I do have this one. It's a little under 4 by 1.5. That's going to be our back piece, and then we have a piece for the inside, and this one is cut at 4 by 5.25. So, and then our standard card base here. So we're going to start with this. I'm going to show you kind of a fun little trick that I did on this little moon here. So I've got balmy blue here, and I'm going to stamp it in here, and then I've got the hydrangea hue, and we're just going to do a little rocking and rolling here, and I am going to just rock this around the sides. I don't know if you can see that very easy, but I'm kind of just touching the sides of it instead of stamping directly into it. And then hopefully I'm going to stamp it up here. And then you can see it kind of gives that darker edge on that and just kind of little blending. I liked the look of it with this paper. I move this out of the way and I'm going to grab some Very Burst. I'm going to stamp the um, maybe the Love You to the Moon and Back right here. And then we're going to stamp just in memento our little astronaut here. And I'm going to use a couple of things to color our astronaut. I'm just using my Balmy Blue blends. So I'm just going to color. Let's see, which ones did I do? Color kind of some of it in the lighter here. Trying to remember what I colored. Not that it matters, I can do it differently, but coloring it. Trying to color it quickly here. All right. And then, I don't know if you've seen these yet. These are our new shimmer brushes. They come in all of the in colors. So this is the hydrangea hue. And they're basically very similar to our Wink of Stella, only they have the color mixed in with them. So you can just color right away. I missed the middle part here. But you can just add that color to your project. It's really cool to do kind of a splatter effect with these as well. We kind of did that at um, conference. But try and lift it up. Maybe you can see how it has kind of like a little bit of a shimmer to it. It's kind of hard to see, but at least with the camera. And we're going to grab our scissors and hopefully I can cut these pretty quick. If I haven't said it before or you don't know, one of the easiest tricks when cutting with scissors is to move your paper, not so much your scissors. So you're still closing down on your scissors, but you see that I am manipulating the paper rather than trying to move my scissors around. Oh, great, great, great news. I am so excited. We finally are getting scissors back with our online exclusives that will be coming out, I think next month, next month. I'm not sure on the date on that, but they just announced it and we are getting scissors. So I am super excited. Hello, Sandy. It's nice to have you here. I am using the Moon and Back stamp set. So this is the stamp set that I am using. It's one of the online exclusives ones that you can get. And again, like I said, none of the circles I had did this one as close to the edge as I wanted it. So I am fussy cutting the circle, which I honestly prefer not to do, but that's okay because it's going to give me the look I want. I think the one punch, circle punch that I do not have is the one that fits that, but that's okay. So, all right, move some of this stuff out of the way. And while I have the stamps out, we're going to hurry and do this. This is for the inside, and I just kind of wanted to do a fun little pattern along the inside. So I'm going to take the heart. I'm going to just kind of randomly going along the bottom here, trying to leave some space so that, and I just realized I need one little heart to cut out really quick. And then let's see, we're done with that one. I think I've used one punch that punches it smaller, but I think the 1 7/8 is the correct size punch, but I don't have it. So because I know this 2 3/8 is what I punched this one with, and it's just slightly bigger than that. And so I don't know, the 2-inch punch is too small. So it cuts off this edge, and I didn't want to cut off the edge because I have used the 2-inch punch to punch it on a different project that I did. So I don't know. We made it work. All right, and then I'm going to grab my hydrangea hue and stamp some of these little moons. And last but not least, I have got some little stars, and we're just gonna fill it in with the balmy blue. And of course, you don't have to do this on the inside. I don't always stamp my insides, but sometimes I do. And this one had so many other cute little images, I wanted to use them on the card. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do this card, and I just realized I needed one other piece, so we're going to hurry and cut it. Okay, so you don't have to do this, but where this one is kind of thinner, I did attach it to another piece. So I just have another piece of balmy blue that I attached it to. And we're going to kind of run our stuff along here. I'm kind of trying to avoid this center part that I'm going to be cutting out. Not that you have to, but just kind of easier if you're not having to worry about cutting through that. So we're going to grab out our cutting and scoring tool, whatever this is called. And we're going to put, oh shoot, hang on. Don't know why, but it just got rid of my other thing. Hang on one second. I don't know why it did that. Okay, there we go. We're back. Sorry about that. Okay, so we are going to put this in here at 1 inch, and then we're going to go to our cutting blade, and we're going to move it over to 3/4 of an inch, and we're going to slide it down to, let's see, 4.5 inches, and then we're going to move this up to 1.5 inches, and we're going to go from our 4.5 down to our 3/4. So we're just cutting that groove in there, and we can set this one at 3/4, and we'll go to 1 to 1.5, and then same thing on this side, 3/4 and 1.5 to 1. So, and if it doesn't get quite on the edge there, you can always just grab your scissors and cut that off. So now we have that fun little hole, and use our bone folder, get a nice trim there. And so before I put this one on here, I want to put this here, and I want to kind of make sure it's going to be back behind there. I'm going to attach it. You can leave it, you know, the blue, but I liked highlighting or adding that other color there. And then we're going to attach this one to here. All right, so this is the fun part right here. We are going to use a dime. Now, I originally learned this with pennies. I did actually try it with a penny, and it works with a penny, but the dime is a little bit thinner, so to me it rolled a little bit better. So now we're going to grab our Stampin' Dimensionals, and we're just going to place one right on there, and we're going to place some Stampin' Dimensionals on here as well. So if you were to use like a quarter or something like that, I would maybe double stack your dimensionals just to give it a little bit more height, but that is why I liked the dime a little bit better. Right. I'm going to add in a few more. Yes, that's a lot, but I want it to really stay popped up. And you'll notice that I made sure that it kind of stayed not close to this. And we're going to pop this one on here. And then we're going to stick this in between. And you can see that there's room on either side. That's what allows it to roll. So if you made it exactly even, then it's not going to roll very well. So we want it to be a little bit bigger. And so then I'm just going to place this little circle over the top of it. And we're going to add our little astronaut here. You could stick him right on, but I liked the dimension, make him pop up a little bit more. Add some of these. So quick and easy. Love you to the moon and back. Now make sure that you're not going down too low because you don't want that to hinder him rolling. And to finish it off, what did I do with the little teeny heart? There it is. We're just gonna cut out this heart really quick. And we're gonna grab a mini glue dot and I'm gonna roll it and then kind of bend it so it will fit on the back of this little heart. And kind of maybe see if it will focus. There we go. Maybe. Haha, sorry. It's not focusing very well. There you go. You can kind of see it. And then we're just going to add the little heart here. And then it should roll back and forth for us. And he kind of just rolls back and forth. And then we will just add this on the inside. If you wanted to turn it into a birthday card, you could add the little happy birthday on the inside here. And we've got our finished card. So quick and easy and fun, simple. If you haven't checked out all of the other cards I've made, I've been sharing every day for the card a day in May. So far, I have been able to keep up with all 20 cards. And really hope, okay. Sorry, it looked like it had frozen there for a second. The trying to remember everything. Remember, if you're loving all of these new in colors, there is a promotion going. You can join my team and you can get all those new in colors as part of a new team member, and you get access to all of this fun stuff. And I help you with building a business or just creating on your own, depending on what you want to do. I'd love to have you join me. And if you do have any questions, please give me a shout out. If you don't have the new catalog and you want one, a physical one in your hand, let me know. I'd be happy to send you one. And one other big shout out to all of my Facebook followers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hit 1,000 Facebook followers, and that just made my day. I've been working the last year and a half or so to build my following. So thank you. I appreciate you joining me, and I hope you enjoy what I share. You can check out all my other videos on YouTube, on my blog, on Instagram. I share lots of places. So I will see you next Wednesday for, I think, I don't know. Do we have one more? Maybe two more in May, and then I will switch back to the first Monday of, or the Monday and the first Monday of the month. But I will switch back to Mondays in June. So thank you again, and have a STEM-tastic night. Bye bye.